What's going on, box fans? It's Kenenth, SBM Boxing. Let's speak boxing. Canelo Alvarez defeats via split decision Erislandy Lara. Good fight. A lot of people were upset. They feel like Lara got robbed. A lot of people felt like Canelo won the fight, as predicted. I see it like this, give a quick recap of the fight. Lara did a good job. A lot of people on the Lara side felt like Lara outboxed, outclassed, outpointed, kept the distance, controlled the fight. And a lot of people felt like Canelo Alvarez landed the bigger blows, pressed the fight, came to fight, and it wasn't so much of a controlled fight for Erislandy Lara as far as keeping his distance. It was more of a running factor. They felt like Erislandy Lara was running. Erislandy Lara was definitely running. The way I see it in my eyes, my prediction on that fight, I think both fighters could have did a lot better job. Canelo Alvarez should have cut the ring off a lot better. He should have known that against Erislandy Lara versus Fredo Angulo did a better job cutting off the ring. Did a way better job cutting off the ring and pressing the action. Canelo was pressing the action, but he didn't cut the ring off that good. Same thing against the Mayweather. Now, compare the two. You know that he was going to take the same approach as Mayweather. Lara, Mayweather, in comparison, they both fast. They both have defense. They both pop the jab. They're quick in and out, and they have the hand speed that kills. So Canelo should have known that coming into this fight, he was going to take the Mayweather approach. What did he do to change it? No, he was just trying to press the action the whole entire fight. Didn't cut the ring off that well. I give credit to Lara. Lara definitely kept the distance. Canelo missed a lot of shots. At times, you can see the frustration. Lara did a great job as far as keeping Canelo away and frustrating Canelo at times, But the only thing I didn't like, it was like a Trinidad versus Oscar Delahoya. A lot of people got pissed off. Oscar Delahoya ran from Trinidad towards several rounds at the end of the fight, which I completely agree. Lara did a good job. At times I was like, damn, Lara's picking his ass apart. Lara has a good opportunity, but there was times where just, Lara's punch output wasn't there. Canelo was pressing, landing the bigger shots, obviously. Landing the bigger shots. He wasn't landing clean. He wasn't landing flush, Lara was able to block him, but you can tell that, when he did catch him, especially with the right uppercut and splitting his right eye, that was the bigger shot. That was actually the biggest shot of the fight. And Canelo was trying to knock his head off because he was so frustrated from him running and stuff like that. Lara, at times, he went half the fight without throwing one punch. A lot of people can say what they want. I'm going to piss a lot of fans off. You can't win the fight not pressing action. I understand his ability, working in and out. I get that. I completely get that. And Lara is good at that. But you cannot defeat the Golden Boy. You can't go to MGM. This is the Golden Boy. This is the next cash cow. You're not going to defeat this guy without throwing punches. And I completely agree. I disagree at times. I disagree on the simple fact that the ring leadership, and a lot of people thought that Lara controlled the fight, and Lara did control the fight. But how did he control the fight? He controlled the fight by keeping his distance, But at times he wasn't doing anything whatsoever but keeping his distance. I'm not gonna say running, but you get where I'm saying at. Where I'm coming. He just kept his distance the whole entire fight. So if you watch that fight, you got frustrated. I don't care if you were a Lara fan. I don't care if you were a Canelo fan, especially Lara fans. I know you were pissed off. Like, come on, Lara, what the fuck are you doing? You're not even punching. You're just running. Or no, let me take that back. Running. That's pissing people off. But it is what it is. Canelo got caught with some clean shots. Canelo got caught with some jabs. He got caught with some counters. The reason he got caught, obviously, because he was frustrated, he was pissed off, and obviously, in order to bring the fight, you're chasing the mouse the whole entire fucking time. You're gonna get sloppy. You're gonna let your hands drop. But anyways, all in all, it was a good night of fights. I think Canelo Alvarez should give Lara a rematch. I think the rematch would definitely be it's a justified rematch. I think it's more justifiable than the Madonna versus Mayweather. Both of these fighters have a big future ahead of them, and that rematch has to happen. They interview Canelo Alvarez. Canelo says, "Hey, I'll go ahead and give Lara the rematch if he comes to fight." This guy he didn't come to fight. He was running scared. Both of them definitely have that tension. Both of them have the hostility, and they don't respect each other's boxing abilities. Lara, on the other hand, said, "Hey, you know what? I won that fight and I got robbed," which I understand where he was coming from, but you cannot beat the Golden Boy, the next guy. I'm going to call him the Golden Boy. You can't beat the Golden Boy in MGM without decisively kicking his ass. I understand on points. Lara landed a couple jabs. I know he landed a little bit more punches and stuff like that. But just one of them, it didn't do it on the Canelo. You know, one of them bombs that Canelo landed to the body. You know, Lara at times when he got hit with a body shot or got hit clean, his ass was on the other side of the ring. He didn't even give the opportunity to counter or anything like that. No, his ass was on the other side of the ring. So one big shot, to me, in my eyes, counts for about 3 or 4 shots that Lara actually landed against Canelo Alvarez. But, you know, Lara looked good. I think if Lara would have pressed the action a little bit more and was a little bit more active in that fight, I think Lara would have won that fight. I think Lara would have won that fight if he was a little bit more active, but he didn't. So coming into the rematch, I don't think Canelo's going to rematch this guy. I definitely don't think Canelo. I think if Canelo stylistically, Canelo I think he could have did better. I don't, you know, I think Lara has his match. You know, stylistically, this is a terrible fight for Canelo. Why? Because you got a guy that slips and slides. He's quick. Lara does a very, very good job doing so. But I think if Lara would have been a little bit more active, he would have won that fight hands down. He would have won that fight hands down. There's nothing that Canelo would have did. But if he would have been a little bit more active, that would have exposed himself for some of them Canelo bombs that he actually had. I had Canelo winning the fight. I thought Canelo won that fight. I think it was a close fight. If anything, I gave... You know, I had him up by 1 round, 2 rounds, if that. You know, but like I said, all in all, Lara, if he should have been a little bit more active, just a little bit more active. But anyways, guys, it's Kenenth. They did interview Lara as far as rematch. He definitely wants the rematch. Canelo didn't even. That's why I'm wearing this one. Cotto fight, Canelo versus Cotto. That's going to be a hell of a fight. That'll be a hell of a fight. Stylistically, that's going to be a good fight because Cotto's. He's a little bit more versatile. He's a little bit more versatile. He'll box you. He'll brawl with you. And that's a perfect tailor-made fight for Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez has the power. He has the pop. Can Cotto withstand toe-to-toe against Canelo Alvarez? Because it's bound to happen. No matter what trainer Cotto has, as soon as Cotto gets caught with a couple shots, he's going to go ahead and square up with you. He's going to square up with you. And Cotto is that guy he is going to square up with. Obviously, he's going to be in and out, slip and slide and stuff like that. But Sergio, he did defeat Sergio Martinez. Sergio Martinez was running around the ring, and Cotto was being the aggressor in that fight. But that's not going to happen with Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez is not going to run. He's going to stay there toe-to-toe. He's going to outbox, so it's going to stay there right there in the pocket, and we'll see what happens. We'll definitely see what happens, and that'll be a hell of a fight to see. What's my fight prediction? I'll just wait till the fight. You know, if you guys are fellow subscribers, way back, you know, a year ago, in my office, I told you if this fight was going to happen. What's my fight prediction? So if you guys watch that fight prediction, I'm sticking to that fight prediction. But I'm not going to give my prediction until the fight is official. But anyways, guys, this is Kenenth, SBM Boxing. Have a good one.